Pink it up. Wear your pink shirt. We're zero tolerance bullying. We're going to talk kids in school. Right now, we're going to talk about bullying in the workplace with Dr. Shimi Kang. We know your Dolphin Way book is very much about parenting, but you do work with people of all ages in this scenario.
Yes, absolutely. And so many of my patients, when we think of workplace bullying, people spend a lot of time at work. It shapes our identity, who we are, our sense of self-worth. We socialize there. So many people will say, you know, I don't get along with my family, or I wasn't that great at school, but work is where I did well and I belong. And so when workplace bullying happens, it can be really devastating.
What are some of the most common examples of workplace bullying that we're seeing over the past couple of years?
So email, or the internet, has kind of changed workplace bullying. So it is increasing. And when you think about email, there's a layer between the bully and the victim. So it's easier in some ways to be nasty. It's easy to exclude someone, like on a CC. Oh, I forgot to CC you. A boss can send emails at 2 in the morning and wonder why they weren't answered in the next day. We can spread rumors faster. So that has really facilitated this idea of workplace bullying. Top down, so a supervisor bullying a subordinate is the most common, but there's something called lateral bullying, so peer-to-peer, and even employees bullying their boss, kind of getting together. So we see all kinds.
And what do we do? Let's go with the most common that you were talking about, where it is a superior bullying an employee. What's the best thing to do as the employee?
It's such a hard one, because what the workplace requires is leadership. And what bullying requires to really turn things around is good, solid leadership. So when it's your boss, you're kind of stuck. But we know that, first of all, and I think you said this earlier, Jody, is that the bullying is so much not about the person, the victim, but the bully. And to really, it sounds hard to do, but not to personalize it. There's a really good chance that this same supervisor has done it to someone else. Not to personalize it to your work, to your character, to who you are, as much as saying, well, maybe this is about them. So that can help deal with the stress of it. Find colleagues, so create your own community of support. And of course, you want to try collaboratively, but a lot of workplaces now realize that this is a real issue. They have a separate agency or body or someone identified as a go-to person. Utilize that and get support for yourself. But you have to speak up. We know that if you kind of put it underground, bullying gets worse in the workplace too.
From the people you've worked with, do you notice a difference with the approach to bullying with a male versus female perspective?
Really interesting research on this. Men and women do bully differently. In the workplace, men will be more direct. They may relentlessly criticize performance, like, oh, that was sloppy, that was unintelligent, rejecting work and projects. Women are more subtle, more social manipulation. So they may comment more on things like character or trustworthiness or loyalty or watch your back. So there are different ways that men and women bully, but in general, the rates are about the same. Women are sometimes bullied more. Some of the studies show that. But women are not likely to bully a man like individually, independently. If they're bullying a man, it's generally in a group. There's a group bullying phenomenon going on, whereas we know men would likely bully a man or a woman directly, independently.
Now, some people would say, oh, this is just workplace tension. It comes with the job. It is what it is. Is there something that sort of constitutes bullying? Is there a level, or is it just simply if it makes you feel uncomfortable, then you have a right to seek help and step forward?
That is so important, because bullies can become bullied in a way, or if someone's accused of bullying, it can be really devastating for them too. So the definition has to be repetitive behavior or habitual behavior. It can't be a one-time thing. You can't kind of get into an argument with someone in the staff room and that constitutes bullying technically. But there has to be a component of aggression there. So coercion, threat, you're being aggressive towards the other. And then the third part of that definition is it's about domination or power. It's exerting some type of superiority, some type of increase in status. So in general, when we see behaviors that are about power, about domination, that are repetitive and aggressive, that would constitute bullying.
You know, as we look at this day and what Pink Shirt Day represents, as a closing thought, is there one word that stands out for any parents, teachers, any students being affected by this? One word to keep in mind about what this day represents?
Hope. I think we are talking about this. Pink Shirt's awesome. People will speak out more. We know that these types of campaigns change social behaviors. So I think we should be really hopeful that this issue is out there and it will get better.
Great information. Always good to connect with you, Dr. Shimi Kang, on the BT Couch yet again, giving us her wisdom. DrShimiKang.com is where you can find and follow the wisdom of this fabulous woman.